What if I told you that the key to unlocking hundreds of thousands of pounds right now isn't stashed away in some bank vault? What if it's sitting right there in your garage? Today, we're not just looking at a symbol of luxury. We're breaking down how a Rolls-Royce can be a seriously powerful financial tool. So let's get into it.
For more than a century, Rolls-Royce has been the absolute king of luxury cars. It's so much more than a way to get from A to B. It's a statement. It's basically a rolling piece of art that says you've reached the very top. And it's that prestige, that untouchable reputation that makes it so valuable, not just on the road, but in the world of high-end finance too.
But what if that famous spirit of ecstasy on the bonnet could do more than just lead the way? What if he could actually unlock a vault of instant cash, all without you ever having to say goodbye to your pride and joy? Well, that's exactly the idea we're exploring today.
Look, this is not about selling your car. Not at all. It's about using its value. It's a smart financial move called asset-backed lending, where your Rolls-Royce becomes the collateral for a quick, discreet loan. It's way faster than dealing with a bank, there are no credit checks, and it gets you the cash you need when you need it.
Okay, so to really understand the financial power we're talking about, we've got to take a step back in time. Let's start with the classics. The legendary models that built the brand's reputation and are still worth a fortune as collateral today.
And this is where it gets really interesting. How is that value actually figured out? Well, for the classics, it's all about the history, the brand prestige, how rare it is, and a passionate collector market. But for the modern cars, lenders are looking at the tech, the fact you can drive it every day, and a strong, predictable resale market. They're two totally different ways of looking at value, but both lead to one very powerful asset.
And just look at the range here, it's wild. You've got the iconic Silver Shadow, which is actually a pretty accessible way to get into classic Rolls ownership. But then on the complete other end of the scale, you have the Phantom V. I mean, this was a massive coach-built limousine made for royalty, and its value can shoot past £500,000. That's a serious asset.
Right, now let's jump forward to the 21st century and see how the legend has evolved. These are the modern icons, the cars that completely redefined Rolls-Royce by mixing that classic elegance with incredible performance and modern tech.
At the heart of all these modern machines is the massive 6.75-liter V12 engine. It's a complete powerhouse, but it delivers all that power in this whisper-quiet, almost effortless way. And it's that perfect blend of old-school craftsmanship and new-school technology that makes these cars not just amazing to own, but a really solid, predictable asset for lenders.
And the numbers really do tell the story. The Phantom 7, the car that kicked off the whole new era for Rolls-Royce under BMW, still commands values well over £150,000. And then you have the Wraith, this gorgeous muscular coupe that proved Rolls-Royce could build something truly thrilling to drive, backing loans that easily climb into the six-figure range.
Okay, now we're moving up to the absolute pinnacle. These aren't just cars anymore. These are true game changers. They are masterpieces of engineering that have completely rewritten the rules for what a high-value asset can be.
When Rolls-Royce got into the SUV game, they didn't just dip a toe in, they created a tsunami. The Cullinan isn't just an SUV, it's a Rolls-Royce that can go anywhere, giving you that famous magic carpet ride on any terrain. It's no surprise it became one of the most desirable SUVs on the planet, like overnight. And all that desirability? Well, it translates directly into some huge numbers. The resale market for the Cullinan is incredibly strong, which means it can back some of the biggest loans you can get for an SUV, often pushing past £350,000.
And now, we're looking at the future, which is already here. The Spectre is so much more than just a car. It's a peek into the next chapter of luxury. It takes that signature, silent, effortless Rolls-Royce experience and makes it all electric. This thing is the absolute cutting edge of design, status, and technology.
Because it's a flagship, the first ever electric Rolls-Royce, demand for the Spectre is just through the roof. And that means it has a massive collateral value right from day one, making it one of the top assets for the future of luxury lending. And now, wow, we've arrived at something that's not even really a car anymore. The boat tail is a piece of art. It's a completely bespoke, coach-built masterpiece made for just a tiny handful of clients. It's proof of what's possible in car design and a symbol of truly unobtainable luxury.
So, what's the price tag? A casual £25 million. Now, let's be real. There are probably only a few lenders on the entire planet who could handle a transaction like that. But, in theory, the boat tail's incredible rarity and craftsmanship make it one of the most powerful pawnable assets in the world. Period.
So, we've seen this incredible lineup of Rolls-Royce models, from the beautiful classics to the modern game changers.
But what does this all mean for you as an owner? How do you actually tap into the massive value that's locked up inside your car?
Well, the process is actually pretty simple. It starts with your car, the asset. A specialist then appraises it, looking at its specific model, condition, and history to get a precise value. Then, a short-term loan is set up and you get the cash. And here's the most important part. Once you repay the loan, you get your prized possession back, safe and sound.
And that's the key thing to remember here. This isn't a desperate sale. It's a smart, flexible financial move. It lets you use the value of something you already own without having to give up ownership in the long run. It's honestly the best of both worlds. So as we've seen, these incredible machines can hold their value and some even go up over time. It really makes you think, doesn't it? At what point does a luxury item like this stop being just a purchase and transform into a permanent, tangible asset in your financial portfolio? It's a pretty interesting thought. Thanks for joining us.